Hello! So first of all, I'd like to apologize for the quality of this. I know it's not good, but to film on my phone and then get it to my computer is literally the most stressful situation ever, and it made me hate myself. So we're going back to our roots, and we're filming on my laptop. Sorry. The original plan was I was going to bake cookies while I filmed this video, but it is really hot right now, and I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm going to bake the cookies later, and I will put footage in of my baking process because the cookies are going to be cute and I'm going to be proud. So today I wanted to talk about astrology. Why, you might ask? It's because astrology interests me a lot. I'm not super educated. I have like a general knowledge. I don't know any of like the mathematical stuff about it, like nothing at all. But I have opinions, and I'm going to talk about them. So, yeah. I asked people to leave me some questions in my Curious Cat, and I got a few. So, I'm going to go through those. So, the first question is, which signs do you think make the best friends to you? Basically, which signs do you click with the most? This is really easy, actually. I love Scorpios. And I know people don't really like Scorpios. Like, I know it's very popular to hate Scorpios. I love them. They're my favorite sign. I feel like Scorpios and I, just like the way my chart is set up, I guess, and most Scorpios, we're like meant to be friends, and like we're just made to be like a comedic duo together. I have the best banter with Scorpios. I think they are loyal and just so funny. They're like one of the funniest signs. I wouldn't say the funniest, but one of the funniest signs. And I have never actually met a Scorpio that I didn't like. I'm pretty sure I think I'm friends with every Scorpio I've ever met. I really like Scorpios. I think they're great. Some other signs I like all the earth signs. Capricorns, I kind of clash with Capricorns sometimes. I think it's because I'm a Capricorn myself and I have so much Capricorn in my chart. They just get on my nerves sometimes. But I like them still. But Virgos and Virgos and Tauruses, I like both of them a lot. And I also really like Cancers. So, yeah. Next question is thoughts on Leos. I have an interesting relationship with fire signs in general. We'll get to that later. The Leos that I'm friends with and know, I like a lot. And I think they are just like really, like, they're everything that I'm not, basically. I like Leos a lot, the ones that I'm friends with. But Leos, like, in the wild that I don't know, scare the shit out of me. They are so scary. You can just feel that fire, like, radiating off of them most of the time. And it's so scary. I don't have a lot of fire in my chart. And it shows. And so, for Leos being such, like, strong fire signs, it's kind of scary. But once I get to know them, they're always, like, super lovable. Like, I don't know. Leos have, like, the biggest puppy energy. Like, out of all the signs, I feel like Leos are just huge puppies. Or lions, I guess, but, you know. And the next two questions are basically the same thing. And it says, what signs are you most attracted to romantically? And talk about your opinions of the signs and potential girlfriends. And rank them in order of preferences. I'm not gonna rank all the signs because there's just some signs that I'm like, here's the thing, I would date literally any girl that's interested in me. Like, okay, no, not actually, but, most girls I would be like, I don't care what your sign is, if you're cute and nice and funny and you're interested in me, I'm probably gonna like you. Like, I am bare minimum Twitter for girls. So I'm just going to talk about my favorite signs and which signs I'm most attracted to romantically. And that is air signs in general, all three of them. But at the top of the list is Aquarius and then Gemini. Gemini and Aquarius are kind of like tied, I'd say. Libra is like, I love Libras too. It's just I don't know a lot of Libras. I know like a handful of them, but I really, 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 really love air signs. It's embarrassing how much I love them. And I say it all the time, I want an air sign wife so bad. I think there is just something about them that I love. Like, it's just, I can't help it. I have air signitis. I love air signs. But yeah, Aquarius and Gemini, top of the list. Libra's up there too. I also like Virgos once again. Virgos are good. Cancers again. You can tell what my favorite signs are. Scorpios, like, I love Scorpios, but romantically, I feel like we just don't work out. I feel like we're just meant to be like best friends. Not to say I wouldn't date a Scorpio, obviously, but most of the time it's just like a purely friendship relationship. And honestly, that with Aquarius too. But I still like love Aquariuses, so Aquarians. So yeah, if you're an air sign girl and you want to date me, and you want to make me your Capricorn, your Capricorn Sun Aquarius Moon girlfriend, please let me know. Thank you. And then this was a two-parter, so it says, do your opinions on the signs of Stan Twitter, like of signs on Stan Twitter. Okay. So starting with Aries, I feel like there aren't a ton of Aries on Stan Twitter. I know there is. I know. Maybe I avoid them. Like, not purposely, but like maybe I'm just repelled by them or something. I don't know. I feel like there's not a ton. They're always just like chaotic, probably. That's like a stereotype. I have no idea. I don't know a ton of Aries. The only like Aries mutual I can think of is literally inactive most of the time, and then she comes online and brags about having a girlfriend. So if you're watching this, thanks. What comes after Aries? Oh, hold on. I don't know the order of signs, to be honest. I do, it's just like I forget. That sounds so fake, but I do, okay? I promise. I know. Okay. Next is Taurus. Taurus, once again, I feel like I can't have really good opinions on this because I don't see them very often. Taurus are always locals. Like, Taurus is like a very local sign, which isn't like a bad thing. But I feel like I never see them on Stan Twitter, and like, I don't know, if you're a Taurus, like, hit me up, I guess. I feel like I never see you guys, so. Oh, Gemini. There's a few signs that are like really, really good at social media, and Gemini is one of them. I feel like they're just so funny and charming that social media is something that comes really easily to them, and it's really easy for them to like gain a following and make mutuals and stuff like that, because they're really funny. I think Gemini is the funniest sign, by the way, if you're wondering. I think they're just so funny. I love Geminis a lot too. They're like at the very top of my list, so. Cancer, I have a soft spot for Cancers, if you couldn't tell. I have a Cancer rising, so I like Cancers a lot. And Cancers on Stan Twitter are what you would expect. They're Cancers. Trying to think. I only have like one like really close Cancer friend on Stan Twitter. And they have a Gemini stellium, so. This is me realizing I know absolutely nothing, and that this video is just going to be me talking out of my ass. It's fine. Next is Leo. Leos on Stan Twitter are always getting themselves into fights. Just constantly. Like, it's their job. They're getting in fights. But I love them anyways. I would never want to get into a Stan Twitter fight with a Leo. Like, that's, like, #1 worst fear. Don't get on their bad side. But also, Leos are always, like, sweethearts when you get to know them. And I like them a lot. And they're fun to banter with. But they still scare me, so yeah. Next is Virgo, one of my fellow earth signs. Virgos on Stan Twitter are what you would expect, I think. They're usually there with their facts. They have the facts when there is, like, arguments and stuff. They're gonna come with straight up facts, unlike Leos who will come with, like, straight up attacks. That rhymes. Hashtag facts, not attacks. That was so cringy. I get along really well with Virgos, so, I think quite a few of my mutuals are actually Virgos, so, yeah. Next is Libra. Once again, I feel like Libras are kind of like a local sign, too. No offense to, like, my Libra mutuals. I know that you exist, and I love you guys. You're great. But, I don't see a ton of Libras on Stan Twitter. Like, I do, it's just, like, maybe I don't interact with them or something. I don't know. Libras are, like, always, like, really artistic or, like, creative in some way. Next is Scorpio. All the Scorpios that I follow on Twitter literally don't talk about being a Scorpio, because people on Twitter hate Scorpios so much. They'll be like, ew, you're a Scorpio? And then they're, like, mysterious, obvious, because, like, Scorpios would never reveal facts about themselves. Like, they would never do that. That's, no. My best friend is a Scorpio, and she won't even tell people her birthday. I know it because I had to do some snooping, but she won't tell people her birthday. Like, that's a Scorpio. Next is Sagittarius. I feel like Sagittariuses are probably the best at social media. I don't know a ton about Sagittariuses. It isn't anything against them. It's just because I feel like every Sagittarius I've interacted with is very different from each other. And, like, none of them are exactly the same, but they all kind of have, like, this magnetism. They all have this magnetism, and it makes them just, like you want to follow them. Not in a creepy way, but, like, in a social media way. Next is Capricorn, and I don't know if it's just because I attract a lot of Capricorns because I'm a Capricorn, but there are so many Capricorns on Stan Twitter. I felt like the month of January, there was a birthday every single day. Capricorns aren't boring. I don't know why everyone says that. I hate talking about Capricorns because it just sounds like I'm defending myself. To be honest, I think I'm a little boring, so it's fine. But Capricorns, from my experience, aren't boring in general, and I don't get where that comes from, really. Like I said, the month of January, it was, like, birthdays every single day, so there's a lot of Aquariuses on Stan Twitter, too. They're also really creative, but not in, like, the creating kind of way, more in, like, I feel like all the Aquariuses I follow are really well-dressed, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like they're always just putting together outfits and showing people, and that is cool. I can't talk. And last and least, I'm just kidding, I have a Pisces vendetta. I'm sorry. I can't help it. There are just some signs that you don't get along with, and Pisces is mine. Actually, that's a lie. I get along fine with Pisces. I'm just always a little hesitant, I guess. Pisces are sensitive, obviously. I know that they're, like, not supposed to be, but I feel like they're the most sensitive sign out of all the water signs. Maybe they are. I don't know anything about astrology. But they're the ones that are always, like, something's always wrong with a Pisces on the timeline. You know what I mean? Like, there's something going on at all times. Which is okay. And I feel for you. I empathize, alright? I empathize. It's just, like, that's just how it is with Pisces. That being said, I also think that Pisces are really, really good friends, and they always seem to have, like, really good, close-knit relationships with whoever they're friends with. So, like, that seems cool. Like, I feel like being friends with a Pisces is probably great. Not for me. I'm kidding. I just don't have any, like, close Pisces friends, so, yeah. Oh! I do. I'm sorry. I have, like, one close Pisces friend, and I love her a lot. She's great. Her birthday was yesterday. Greta, if you're watching this, hello. But other than that, I don't know. Okay, someone asked me opinions on very watery charts. Water signs are hard. Water and fire are both really hard signs for me to understand on a personal level. I try really hard because I like people a lot. But sometimes that sensitivity is just so much for me. I'm sensitive too, don't get me wrong. I have a Cancer rising, so I'm very sensitive. But really, really watery charts, just sometimes they take things to heart too easily. And I don't get it. And I feel kind of hypocritical because I take everything to heart too. But maybe I'm just like, I'm pretty good at hiding it though. I mean, like, which isn't a good thing. By any means. It's not a good thing to hide your feelings. Please share them with people. Otherwise, watery charts is like, I see a watery chart and I'm like, I want to protect you. Are you okay? Do you want me to adopt you? Do you need me to be your emotional support lesbian? Like, what do you need from me? I can help you. It doesn't have to be so bad. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel about watery charts. They're fine. Opinions on Capricorn Sun, Aries rising. I'm very sorry for you. I don't know anything, alright? I'm just going for it. That's what I'm doing right now. If you want actual good astrology advice, I will link one of my friends' Twitter down below or something. Because I don't actually know anything. This is just my opinion. Last question. The last question of this whole video is, why do you hate SAGs? I do not hate SAGs. I actually really like SAGs. It's just I can't, it frustrates me to no end when I can't understand people, or like I can't see the pattern between people. Because I feel like every other sign there's a pattern. There's like something going on, you know? Like there's always at least some, like one little thing that you're like, alright, this is like, this makes them the Pisces that they are, you know? This makes them a Capricorn. But SAGs, I can't find it. I can't figure it out, except for like maybe the magnetism. But other than that, I don't get them. I don't understand. I don't get them. And so it frustrates me to no end not getting them. Okay, so that will be it for this video. Thank you for watching. Sorry if you're a SAG. Not sorry if you're a Pisces. And if I should do a whole video just talking about every sign, let me know. Maybe I will. There's some signs I just feel like I can't talk about because I don't know enough about them. But, yeah. Okay. Goodbye.